we saw some dark shit last chapter with Frank and chapter before that.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm talking out my arse because they've all been dark. But
Oh yeah. It's coming. We're getting there. Yeah.
So last time we talked about our ideas of heaven. I think you were
I was like kind of mid sentence, I think. We'll get back to that in a second.
Mrs. Graves! Lizzie, Mrs. Graves! Rachel? Hey, what on earth's going on? It's been awful. The thunder and the lightning and all the power went out and everyone was in the hall, so I told them all to stay put. But then Sean Davis said he wasn't going to be told what to do by a stupid bloody girl and went out for a cigarette. And then didn't come back. And then Di, she went out after him and she didn't come back either.
Where is Dylan? Was he with Sean and Di?
No, I've been looking after him. Do you think they'll come back?
I don't know, Rachel.
I don't care what anyone thinks. I just know if he was my baby, I could never leave him. Even if the whole world was coming to an end, I'd make sure he came first.
You'd be a good mum, Rachel. Oh, don't worry. It's fine. Go back inside and tell everyone that they're doing a great job. A really wonderful job. I just got a few things to finish up here, and then I'll come in and join you.
Right.
Go on.
Oh God, if you like to regale us of what... Oh, we've got some weather effects now. Some bloody nice rain effects.
Yeah, it's not bad, actually.
Well, I've just noticed that the rain is just a filter on the screen.
Yeah.
So would you like to regale us of what your idea of heaven would be?
Oh, that's what I was doing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Should we wait for this first?
You can't save them. Just pack a case and meet me at the station.
They've closed the lines. Weren't you listening to the radio? Because of the flu.
There is no flu, Lizzie.
Oh, Christ, Stephen, I'm not stupid. Of course there's no flu. But the stations are still closed.
There's an access footpath that runs alongside the main tunnel. You can get out that way. They won't have thought of it.
You know what's going on, don't you?
You can't use the phone anymore.
Well, like you're not using one right now.
Funny. Listen. Just don't use the phone after this. No TV or radio either. It can hide in the signal.
You make it sound like it's alive.
I don't think we have a word for what it is. Just promise me. Don't tell anyone. Pack quietly. Meet me at the station tomorrow, alright?
I feel awful lying and leaving all these people here.
It was a brilliant idea about the show. Top marks for that, you clever thing. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, so Stephen just admitted that he loved Lizzie, so his relationship with Kate is a farce! They've got...
So yeah, dreamlike in a way, saying. I'm thinking it's kind of nothing too physical. There's not really that much going on. It's just kind of a thing like in a dream you can imagine anything. I kind of wanted to imagine something like that, where you can just think it could be anything and you can see anyone and
Anyone you want to.
yeah, kind of a thing like that.
Oh, that sounds pretty interesting.
It's not like one of his kind of, like you see like in fucking Simpsons or something.
Like all harps and angels and shit.
Yeah, this big community. And
This is really eerie.
you do yours, and I think it'll be easier for us to just kind of compare and talk about it from there, really.
I kind of thought... Sorry, I thought I had the phone on the TV. I was just listening around for it. My idea kind of came from when I was about 16. This is when I was still an edge-tastic teenager, so I was just kind of thinking of what my ideal of heaven would be, and it's an empty space, as white as the... Oh, hang on. They mentioned John Coles last time, so he's obviously that he'd gone missing. So anyway, that it's a place where you get any wish you desire. Basically, life is a test.
Public service announcement from Haverton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders,
It's not influenza though, is it?
scoutmasters,
But
members of the clergy will act as your
so like I don't know. It was.
We're not even really talking at the moment, if I'm honest with
It's
you.
just. It was kind of a place where you
I've
just
been
get whatever you
sleeping in
wanted.
an empty
To be
shower.
honest, it sounds really
Otherwise,
boring,
we
but
just sit there
I was a
in
child when I thought
silence.
of it.
And then he goes off and pretends he's not drinking from one of his secret little stashes. And I pretend I ain't noticed. And then when we go to bed, it's all I can do not to scream. I don't know why we're still together. Except I do. Still love him.
You remind me of Mary when she was your age. If we'd had a daughter, I'd have been proud if she turned out like you.
You don't have to say that.
Just talk to Robert. Tell him you know he's drinking again. You two can work it out together. I know you can.
I wish I had your faith. I just don't want to be the person who stayed because they were afraid to move. I know you can't dwell on the past. I know that, but sometimes you do just think, don't you? What if the accident hadn't happened? I could have been anywhere right now, rather than stuck here rehearsing Peter Bloody Pan and fixing tumble dryers for the umpteenth time. Oh, Frank, you are an angel.
Don't be daft. You're still young, Lizzie. You got plenty of time to be whoever you want to be. Just don't keep using that leg of yours, or that husband, as an excuse.
So, Lizzie was obviously using a crutch, which is that crutch we saw earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can be with anybody you want to, just not Stephen. Bloody cunt.
Carrying on with our theme from earlier, I'd like to think that hell is basically nothing.
Isn't that kind of what I just described heaven as?
No. Literally nothing. You die and that's it. Nothing happens.
But you're aware of...
No. Literally nothing. Like when you're sleeping, you're not dreaming, just nothing. There is nothing.
But what would be the point of hell if you aren't aware of it?
Because you don't get to carry on, you don't have your thoughts, you don't think anything.
So, to be honest, stuck in a blank space with your thoughts sounds like hell. Fuck was that? Did my invisible man just knock on the door?
It's quite something, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You ever seen anything like it? They must be well happy at the observatory place. They're probably all partying there right now. This is right, boss. It is. Right, that's me. Short leash. Kids up half a night, bloody teething. Missus will kill me if I'm gone too long. Good night, mate. Night.
Is he Welsh? Sure.
Possibly. Something like that, isn't it?
He's up on no bloody teething. Yeah, that's Welsh. Need a piss, mate.
To go on the barbecue.
Oh.
Or in the tent.
Well, I guess there's nobody around. Glorious graphics. I don't know if you've noticed so far, but the little ball of light that we're following, if we find it again, has got a little separate ball of light following it.
I haven't yet, but...
Shit.
shouldn't be smoking, you know. Not in your condition.
It's Stephen's fault. He got me started again.
I'm not going to try and stop you, but the weather's looking pretty rough. There's a storm coming.
That's what Stephen said. He said he'll meet me, but there's things he has to do first. He seems to think that all of this is connected to him. I don't know. I'm going anyway, whether he comes or not.
I'm assuming Stephen has thought of a way through the quarantine.
Oh, he's clever. You gotta give him that.
Do you trust him, though?
Well, I love him. So I'd hope that was good enough.
I hope so, too. Listen, if you can't get through, for whatever reason, I'm getting people together at the village hall, rounding up stragglers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've got all the campers together here, doing a show. Peter Pan. The kids love it. It'll take their minds off things. Hey, did you see that?
Now that conversation implies that Lizzie is perhaps in a certain condition, which smoking would be a bad idea. What might you suppose that is?
Well, there's something going on up there.
Oh, where? Now Stephen and Lizzie went for a drink because of Wendy. Now, I don't want to ride the fairy train.
Right, road sign.
Especially because it broke down earlier and killed someone. But I think Stephen and Lizzie perhaps slept together.
Yeah. On that very rock.
See the damp patch. To go through this fence up here.
We haven't been up there yet, so sure you can just climb over. Fucking climb!
Oh yeah. Whee!
Dear. Looks so dodgy trying to get that to work. I don't know what it feels like for you, but
you have to kind of be in a really specific position to get it to work.
yeah, I think its target zone's very limited.
Whatever's wrong, you look terrible.
Mrs. Graves.
Sean, baby Dylan's he alright?
He's fine. Di, come on.
It's okay. Let's get you a cup of tea.
Mrs. Graves, I need to tell you.
Leave it, Di.
You try and get out of the valley, all the roads are shut now.
I know, I was driving really fast, but the other car was on the wrong side of the road and... Oh God, I think
Di,
he...
for fuck's sake, leave it.
It's alright. Hey, you're alright. Sean's alright, baby Dylan's alright. That is what matters. Everyone's alright.
But...
No. No, I need your help. Some of the children, they're getting quite frightened.
Hey, let's see the light up there.
Rachel and I
A little
decided
ball
to
of light
push
spinning
forward
around
the
it.
show, keep
I
them
think she's
occupied.
pregnant.
You said the other night you play piano. Can you help with that?
Yes, I suppose so, but Mr. Graves, Rob...
Can look after himself. He's a big boy now. Don't worry. Just head to the hall and find Rachel. She'll tell you what needs practicing.
Okay, thank you.
So how long is this
Graves.
Yeah, Sean,
supposed to take? Go
go
over.
and find Reese, please.
What
In
happened?
time.
What's the time frame?
That's what I was trying to say.
Go on.
I'm not sure if you know,
From
but
from what? From like the beginning.
just like this
Co-
story that it tells throughout the whole game.
Well,
What's the period of time that this game goes over?
well, technically, from when this starts, I would think a week or two, maybe a couple of days. But all of the characters, their backstories have happened in. Technically, the story of the characters has been going on for years.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
the story of the pattern is only a few days old, I would have thought.
Fair enough.
This is a public service announcement from Hamilton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your
I think it's more implied to be a couple of days though, because Stephen seems surprised that it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Village.
You don't think she's gone to look for Mr. Graves, do you?
I think Lizzie knows
Yeah,
you're
'cause
not
there's
turn
not
up
a lot
when
of
it's sober,
time.
we'll be alright.
Do you want me to go and look for her?
No, it's okay. Come on, I promised the kids another shot the last number, then I promised everyone a cup of tea.
You're very like
Maybe
her,
like
you know?
1 week.
Like Lizzie.
Me? No, I'm not. First chance I get, I'm out of here.
Yeah, as mentioned in Frank's chapter, Reese and Rachel have kind of got a thing for each other. So that's kind of nice. So I actually haven't seen any policemen. I think in this little village of the police.
Yeah. Maybe it comes up somewhere.
Hello, Catherine.
It's Kate. Elizabeth?
Lizzie. I've heard a lot about you. It's good, you know, you and Emma, it's not difficult or anything.
Should it be?
I'm sorry?
You said it wasn't difficult. I don't see why it would be difficult. You and Stephen were together a long time ago. He moved away. Certainly isn't difficult for me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you or...
Well, I'm not offended. Listen, Elizabeth.
But Lizzie, please.
Lizzie. Right. You seem like an okay type of person. And I'm not trying to be rude, I promise. But let's try and be realistic here, huh? Let's, try and do our best. It's a British thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, I suppose it is. We'll do our best then.
That was awkward. You can tell that Lizzie and Kate don't like each other very much. The fact that Kate went so far as to call her Elizabeth.
Yeah.
That's true dislike if you're like...
It's a very British subtle thing.
If you're willing to call someone
Polite rudeness.
Exactly. Civil but not friendly.
Yeah.
There's the observatory.
Yeah. Although I swear that map didn't just make sense.
What do you mean?
Look at it again, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Well, because we're here and it's saying the observatory is behind us, but it's in front of us over there.
I think it says you are here, it means you're looking in the direction of that. Don't fucking do that. Don't sneak up on me, mate. Jesus, that's swings some fucking force. So, the title of the... Yeah, there's a radio over there. The title of this game is Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. What's your opinion on the idea of a rapture? Do you know what it means, right?
Yeah, somewhat, but why don't you explain it properly?
It's kind of a religious reckoning. It's like doomsday.
Operating together and
Um,
reception up to the red zone.
The Simpsons did an episode on it, didn't they?
I'm gonna try and
Yeah, they did.
Signals through Tower 6 to create a singular
it-
point of reception and re-coordinate the optical
I don't know
array.
what it specifically entails, whether it's all like fire and brimstone or something, or it's just people disappearing.
I think some of the kind of fire and brimstone things like a kind of like a TV concept thing.
Simpsons.
Yeah, basically. Try to look up at the exact definition.
Anyway, it's
Yeah,
gonna be worth a shot.
So then we can confirm this properly, because I think everyone has an idea, but if we look from what the actual thing's supposed to be. Okay, BibleInfo.com. Okay. The word rapture does not actually appear in the Bible.
I didn't say it did.
Okay, 1 second. Look at another website, I don't like it. Wikipedia, save my ass. Oh, yeah. Right. I can't say that word. In Christian...
Eschatology. I think it's the study of doomsday.
In Christianity, basically, the rapture refers to a predicted end-time event when all Christian believers, living and resurrected dead, will rise into the sky and join Christ for eternity. The event is predicted and described without the term rapture in Paul's first epistle to in the Bible.
Baby's first Bible.
The term rapture has come especially to distinguish this event from the event of the second coming of Jesus Christ to earth, Jesus Christ to earth, as predicted elsewhere in the Bible.
His name's Jeebus.
Okay. Other older uses of rapture were simply as a term for any mystical union with God or for eternal life in heaven with God.
It's kind of a hard one to... That's the thing, because it's never actually happened, and is never likely to happen. It's kind of a hard thing to put name.
Everyone just seems to have their own... There's lots of different opinions on it throughout the centuries, really. It all changes, but... It's just a Christian thing. No other religions have a concept of it.
Do they not? They must do.
According to...
Sure no one saw you?
According to Wikipedia,
I can hardly look her in the eyes.
apparently it's just
Are you sure we got enough money?
Yeah. Once we're in France, we can start working anyway.
I'm sorry if I've got
My
that
dad
wrong.
will bloody skin you.
We'll be in Spain and married by the time your dad knows we've gone.
So Reese and Rachel are apparently eloping.
Oh yeah.
I can't see them getting out since everything's quarantined and no trains are working or anything. It's getting really erratic now, that light.
See, everyone talks about what happens to all the Christians, but it doesn't mention what happens left on Earth.
Well, you think it would have mentioned that the
Nobody's-
Earth blows up or something.
It doesn't mention a concept of that.
Well, maybe it's
I know, obviously, it's very hard to understand, but...
maybe it's just because they're not thinking of other Christians.
Yeah.
At this point, the light seems very undecided of where it's going.
This is a public public service announcement from Haverton District Council Emergency Measures Committee. Road and rail closures are being implemented to help contain the outbreak of influenza. Please remain calm and indoors. Local community leaders, head teachers, scoutmasters, and members of the clergy will act as your representatives during this period. Be sure to report any symptoms of illness.
Let me get that.
I can manage.
Is your hip giving you grief today?
Always gives me grief. And I managed for the last 10 years, so you're a little late for the knight in shining armour routine.
Suit yourself, I'm only trying to help.
God damn it, Stephen. I'm not some useless, sappy girl that you can just string along forever. Look around you. I made all of this. I built it on my own when everyone else had written me off as some poor little cripple.
You know that's not how I see you.
Well, you weren't there, were you? No. You'd given up on me long before the accident.
What do you want from me, Lizzie? I love you. I'll do anything.
Anything except okay? I thought not. I love you too, but sometimes I think you just say what you think everyone else wants to hear.
So it's confirmed, Stephen and Lizzie are having an affair. I don't think it's anything in particularly to do with the Rapture. I think it's a lot of prodding from Wendy to Lizzie, and I think Stephen realised that he loved her. It never. I can't remember what it says. I don't remember what the reason was for them actually breaking up, though.
Don't think it's said anything about it.
It might have just been one of them things, you know, a high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
You realise that your love for each other is not as strong as you thought. I think this is the end of Lizzie's chapter, actually.
It's seeming like we're getting there. And yeah, we're basically at the usual time, so...
I'll have a look at the main hall anyway. Hang on a minute, we would have been in here.
Indeed we have.
Oh!
In the car park.
Thank God.
Nothing bad has ever happened
Boy,
in the car
Shipley,
park.
I want to work with you. What? Get over here, soft lad, and keep your voice down. Do you know who I am?
Yeah? You work for Meg Holloway?
Charlie Tate. You can call me Charlie.
What's this about, Charlie?
Rachel Baker.
What about her?
Oh, come on, son. I wasn't born yesterday. Are you looking to get your head kicked in?
She's 16. She's not a kid.
You try telling her dad that. He'll bloody kill you.
I love her, though. You can't stop love.
I'm not telling you to stop anything. Just be careful, that's all.
That's a bit creepy. Remember, Rita's an ex-convict. So he is a little bit older.
Yeah.
I think probably 19 or 18, and Rachel's 16. So that's a bit of dodgy ground there.
Don't touch it. It's fine.
It's like a sunburn, but it's a funny shape. Is it sore?
I can't feel it at all. Don't fuss over
I
it.
can't believe that you left Kate there. Why won't you tell me what happened?
She's probably not even noticed I've gone. It's really nothing.
You're lying. Don't lie to me.
Fine. We had a row. She'll work all night anyway.
Stephen, listen to me. Was there an accident? Is that how your face got burnt?
It's nothing. Something, I don't know. Just got a bit shaken up and then we fought. She wanted to stay and collect more data.
Was she burnt as well? Is everything alright?
Jesus, Lizzie, you sleeping with me or her? She's fine, we're both fine. I don't want to talk about her. I came here to see you.
I just worry...
Well, don't. Come to bed.
I think this music playing now is Lizzie's theme. Not really that big a fan of it. I much prefer Jeremy's or Frank's, to be honest. And like it's I mean, it's hard to differentiate between themes because a lot of the music just sounds like this. But
yeah, it all blends into one kind of thing really, with different highlights and tones. But
I don't even care that he was screwing her. What made me angry was that he treated me like I was too stupid to notice. I dreamed through the light storm and see the pattern dancing on his skin as he burns.
this is kind of what I was talking about Stephen and Kate not really loving each other. She's like, I don't really care about that. And now she's talking about the light again.
yeah,
I'm going to
got
concentrate
nothing
all
basically.
5 remaining towers on the same point in the sky. If it is establishing conduits for communication, that should create a jump in bandwidth.
I think maybe she cares about Stephen. I'd be very hesitant to use the word love.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, maybe there's more stuff to explore around here.
Possibly, because that doesn't seem to really be doing anything.
I think it was instant.
Oh, there we go.
I know that's no help.
Can you leave me alone?
There was nothing we could do. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry,
You've woken the baby. Just leave me alone.
Pet. Rachel, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Sounds like Reese has died.
Yeah.
Or she just found a baby. Might have been that baby that was in the ravine.
Could be.
And you found it like this?
Yeah? I got into the habit of checking in first thing in the morning just to make sure he's had his pills.
Mr. Coles is not a well man, Elizabeth. It's entirely possible he upped and wandered off. If things progressed, the mind can be a fragile thing, you know?
It's just not very like him, that's all I'm saying, Doctor. He never misses the mid-morning bingo.
He didn't smoke, did he?
Not that I knew of.
There's a funny... It's like ash.
Well, that is odd. Reese cleaned in here yesterday afternoon. I'll have to have a word.
You know what that is,
It's
don't
not
you?
like cigarette ash.
Go on.
He's disintegrated in that camera.
Dr. Wade, there's just been a
Right.
phone call. We need it back at the village. Apparently Mrs. Barton has disappeared.
That's from earlier as well.
Yep.
So it sounds like Mr. Cole, the one, the missing son we saw earlier. It sounds like he's disappeared already. Because of the ash. If you remember when Jeremy disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seems like these chapters are starting to get a bit longer.
And most of that is just because I'm not as familiar with this as I am with the other ones.
Okay.
Hi, this is Kate Collins and Stephen Appleton. Leave a message.
Stephen, it's me. I'm leaving. I've waited as long as I can.
I find this interesting.
If you
This
are there to
conversation.
meet me, I'm leaving for the station now, but I am going anyway, whether you're there or not.
She's actually stopped caring about Kate knowing about it. She's rung their.
I love you.
She's rung their house number and said all that.
Pretty determined.
I reckon that's before this scene. Before the last scene, sorry.
Yeah. We're back again.
Oh god, I can see this being a bit eerie. What's really freaking me out is when I was doing it, it was making a noise like the PT baby. It's all fucking scary.
Sleeping baby, darling child, clouds and starlight, starlight, starlight. When you wake, you will be mine. Starlight, sleep and love. Sleeping baby, shadow dust, clouds and starlight, numbered starlight. When we're called to go, we must into starlight, sleep and love.
Is he asleep? You alright, kiddo?
I'll be alright. You should get some sleep, Charlie. You look exhausted. Shh. That's it. Sleep.
That's the end of Rachel and Charlie. And all the children.
Anyone who's involved, basically.
Planes went over as well. So that seems really eerie, because it's not often in video games you see kids getting wiped out. I fancy a snack. Oh,
Kid.
It truly is the Rapture. And that's the end of Lizzie's chapter.
Yeah.
Definitely the slowest one, I feel. Unfortunately, we don't actually see what happened to Lizzie until Stephen's chapter, which is next.
Ooh. Things are going to ramp up. There's only one more chapter after that, isn't there?
Yeah, Kate.
Ooh.
Say it again. Oh, come on, mate. Don't make me walk all the way up there. Still, that is a view. I do wonder what that has to do with the lights. Also, I noticed if you look up there, that's 60 frames. Down to 30. Jesus. The game must take place over some months, like you asked earlier, because Lizzie went from not being pregnant to being pregnant.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking about. I haven't really come up with an answer yet.
I reckon it's a couple of weeks at least.
So I'm not going to look it up, because then you just end up seeing everything probably.
No, I'm saying I reckon it's a couple of weeks because she's not big enough for it to be noticeable.
No.
Okay, that's it for this part of Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. We'll see you next time in part 5 for Stephen's chapter.